Dag iedereen, hier zijn we terug met een interview. Het gaat een beetje vlugger deze maand. Er wordt ook veel gelopen, maar deze maand hebben we toch iets heel speciaals kunnen bekomen. We hebben een loper voor ons scherm kunnen kluisteren. En niet zomaar een loper, we hebben ze maar even de wereldrecordhouder van de 24 uur aan het scherm kunnen krijgen. Zijn naam is Aleksandr Sorokin uit Litouwen. Het is een beetje een ander verhaal nu. Het zal in het Engels zijn, maar zijn moedertaal is Russisch. Mijn Russisch is niet wat het moest zijn. Dus we hebben zijn broer er nog kunnen bijhalen, Maxim Sorokin, die als tolk zal fungeren. Dus ik stel voor dat we na mijn introductie gewoon overgaan in het Engels. Want we willen toch zeker dat verhaal een keer horen. Good afternoon, Aleksandr.
Hi, everyone. Hey.
Aleksandr, first of all, big felicitations of us all with your world records on the 24 hours. Explain to our people, what did you do? Which distance did you reach?
Максим, можешь перевести?
Какую дистанцию ты достиг?
309 километров, 399 метров официально. Maxim.
So he says, yeah, answering your question, yeah, he reached 309 kilometers and with a bit extra meters on that.
So 309 kilometers, like I said before we were recording, we believe that a runner who does more than 200 kilometers in 24 hours is a really good runner. He did 100 extra more. It's amazing. And what was his previous record?
It was 279 with meters, almost 279, yes. Yes.
So you were already close to the world record. Was it really a plan? Did you run a plan, and did you run on a planned track, or was it just a competition like we have some more? So how did it go?
Весь 2020 год был на карантине, все соревнования были отменены, и многое повлияло на мое улучшение моего результата. Это то, что пандемия закрыла казино, то есть я не работал. Я все время занимался бегом, только ел, бегал и спал. И это, я чувствовал, очень добавилось в моем результате. И в 2021 году, когда я пробежал 100 миль с мировым рекордом и 12 часов, мне это дало как бы подумать о том, что я могу пробежать и попробовать мировой рекорд побить. Потому что я чувствовал, что я могу это сделать. И я начал готовиться, да. Это должен быть чемпионат мира, который перенесли на другой год, 24 часа. Мне надо было менять свои планы, и я выбрал Польшу. И в Польше я пытался бежать. Да, в моих планах было побить мировой рекорд, и мне это удалось. Максим?
Maxim, now we'll need your help.
Yes, yeah, I'm just yes. I was just typing all these things, so I remember what all the details he said. Yes, so basically, he starts answering that by saying that the 2020 was on the quarantine, so all the competitions were canceled. But at the same time, the pandemics made it so that his workplace was also closed, and that allowed him to focus fully on the training. So basically, his routine was just eating, sleeping, and running, and that he says that significantly impacted his performance, or his results, and ability to show some better results. And furthermore, the results this year, more concretely, 100 miles and 12 hours record, gave him a boost, that moral boost, that he might be able to improve the world record for the 24 hours. And after beating the record for the 100 miles in 12 hours, he started to really attempting to prepare himself to attempt to beat the world record for 24 hours. And actually, his attempt was supposed to be in the fall this year. He didn't give exact dates, but he was referring to the World Championship this year, which got cancelled. Moved to another year. But since it was moved, so he had to change his plans, and he changed his target competition to be the competition in Poland, where he attempted to hit the world records. So answering your question, was that a plan or was just an ordinary competition? The short answer is yes, that was a plan to hit the world, improve the world record for 24 hours.
Wow, amazing. Just plan your run and run your plan, to say it like that. And because it was a plan, did he had he a pacer? Did he had somebody to help him, or did he it all completely alone? And was it in a competition, or was it just like an event where he beat it, or he tried to beat records with success?
Очень много усилий было сделано, чтобы эти соревнования прошли очень хорошо. Очень жаль, что мой брат не смог приехать на эти соревнования, потому что он всегда мне помогал во всех соревнованиях, он очень профессионально подходит к этому вопросу. В этот раз я взял, мой тренер, поляк, приехал мне помочь, я взял своего папу, взял своего журналиста, так как я чувствовал, что надо осветить это событие, потому что чувствовал, что мог побить мировой рекорд. То есть я все сконцентрировал там, то есть и у меня помощь была моральная, физическая, на высшем уровне, то есть и уровень соревнований подходил к тому, чтобы можно было сделать мировой рекорд. Максим?
Yes. So answering your question, was it just a regular competition, or was there a lot of preparation and in terms of planning? The short answer is yes, there was a lot of effort and in preparations to improve the record. He starts with saying that it's pity that his brother was not able to participate in the competition, referring to me, as he says that I helped him a lot in the previous competitions. But on the other side, he says that he was able to gather a lot of other support in the competition, and specifically, he got a lot of help from his coach, Sebastian. I'm always confused, forgetting his last name, Belobzhevsky. We can write it later in the chat. Sebastian Belobzhevsky. So there was a lot of help from his coach during the competition and in the results he has achieved. And also he got a lot of help from his father. Well, my father as well, because we're brothers, from our father during the competition, in terms of the moral help and also the help with the competition. And because our father, he's also a coach in a bit different discipline, in actually sprint canoeing. So he is also aware how you should tackle the competitive environments and what you should do during the competition and how you should track results and so on. So that was also a lot of help. And since Aleksandr was really feeling that maybe he could actually hit the world record, so he also took some a journalist from Lithuania with him who helped him to spread the news and help his followers and supporters to also follow his results during the competition. So he summarizes this at he received a lot of help during the competition, starting from the moral help and helping with getting ready for the competition, but also to the actual down to earth practical help with preparing and making this whole happen. And he also mentions that the competition environment, meaning the weather and conditions, were also very good, and that also impacted his performance during the competition.
It's amazing that actually it's more a family story, which is really nice to hear. But also he put a lot of pressure on himself by telling in advance, I'm going to try to beat the records. There was a lot of pressure, I think, on his shoulders. So, but during the race, I'm sure we know as a runner, there are always difficult moments. When was his difficult moments, Alexander? When you had the most difficult time during the race?
У меня обычно кризис наступает ночью, когда остается примерно 7-8 часов до конца. И в этот раз так же было. Как бы он не был сильно выраженным, я мог бежать дальше, но я чувствовал, что у меня желудок остановился, и одно время я не мог употреблять пищу, которая была запланирована. То есть я должен был остановиться немножко, пить минеральной и газированной воды, чтобы желудок немножко начал работать. Через какое-то время все хорошо закончилось, то есть начал работать, и опять начал бежать нормально. И, как всегда, последние часы, они самые сложные, конечно, время останавливается, скорость уменьшается, ты хочешь, чтобы это все быстрее закончилось. Ну, как бы такого сильного кризиса я не чувствовал. Я, наверное, был очень мотивирован, морально бежал только вперед и хотел, очень хотел. Максим?
Yes, so he starts answering the question by saying that usually he has his most difficult moments on all the other competitions in the night time, where it's about 7-8 hours to the end of the competition, and this happened the same. He had issues, crisis, so to say, the same time this time as well. So 7-8 hours to the end of the competition. He had a problem, big problem, as he refers to the biggest problem with his stomach, which apparently stopped functioning as, and he could not digest any food during the nighttime. But fortunately, he managed to figure out it early on, before it was so to say too late, and he switched only to drinking carbonated mineral water, and it helped somehow to restore his digestion, and that's how he managed to go through this crisis. And then he also mentioned that the last hours, again, also as usual, they're the hardest ones, but this time it was not in this particular competition. In this it was not that hard to overcome them, because he was very motivated, and again he refers that the conditions were very good, and this motivation helped him to overcome this last hour's struggle. So to summarize, the hardest part was during the night when he's had issues with his digestion.
Yeah. So for him it was a normal race, in feeling good, feeling bad. I say it like that. So
Yeah.
So this was a normal race. And when did he had the feeling from, okay, I'm on schedule, I'm over schedule, I can beat the records? What was the moment he could almost put his hands in the air and say, yes, I'm the new world record holder?
Я примерно до конца, за 3 часа до финиша еще не знал, смогу ли я побить или нет. Только когда оставалось несколько часов, я примерно посчитал, что да, наверное, это выйдет. И самое долгое началось ждание, чтобы я увидел на экране число 300. И тогда я точно уже расслабился, так как оставалось примерно 30-40 минут до финиша, что я даже пешком могу превысить мировой рекорд. И я был очень рад. А до этого была только концентрация на бег, никаких лишних мыслей о финише и так далее. Максим?
Yes. So he says that until the 3 hours prior to the end of the race, he was still not sure if he was able to beat the record or not. And it's only a couple of hours to the end he was more or less sure that he could actually do it. And although when he has seen the number 300 on the screen, he was sure that he's able to hit the record finally, because it was still 30 to 40 minutes to end of the race, and if he could actually hit the record, even though he would basically walk. So prior seeing that number 300, so he's saying that he was fully concentrated on running and nothing else.
Yeah, Yeah, okay. Oh, they had to wait to 300 kilometers to be sure of that, because the last record was 303 kilometers, I think. And it was standing since 1997. It held for 24 years. So it was really, really sharp world record. Last year, Kilian Jornet tried to beat it without success. So this is not a slow guy, Kilian Jornet. He's really top of the world as well. But Aleksandr, he succeeded to beat it. Do you think, Aleksandr, you can beat your own record again? Or do you think this is my human limit?
Нет, я считаю, что я еще могу бы улучшить. Есть вещи, которые можно добавить, особенно в конце. По расчетам с моим тренером можно еще улучшить примерно на около 5-8 километров. Ну, посмотрим. Я еще чувствую, что я еще имею лимит, и я думаю, я буду пробовать. Как выйдет, не знаю. Максим.
Yes. So short answer is that he feels that it can be further improved. So this is not his limit yet, and he says that there are some things that can be improved. Especially he refers to the end of the race that can be improved. He mentions that together with his coach Sebastian Pilabzewski, they calculated that the record can be still improved by at least 5 to 8 kilometers. And he emphasizes that he feels that he has not reached his limit yet, and he thinks that he might attempt to improve the record.
Wow, it would be great. It's amazing that a result like this, and he still thinks, okay, this is not the end story, still some improvement possible. It's really amazing. For an effort like that, who do you train for something like that? Are there a lot of speed trainings? Are there long distance? Do you have to run 24 hours as a training? Or how do you train for an effort like that?
Мои объемы не очень большие. Обычно это в пиковые недели это примерно 230-280 километров. Я не бегаю на тренировках больше 50 километров. Ну, вот такие длинные забеги, да, мои любимые, но я делаю и быструю работу 2 раза в неделю примерно. Много штанги. Ну, такое, где-то часов 20-24 всей работы в неделю. Это примерно такая моя работа. Как будет дальше, я не знаю, потому что я все время меняю свои планы. Каждый год я что-то добавляю, что-то убираю. Может, на следующий год я буду по-другому тренировать себя. Максим?
So he says that his training volume is actually not that big. And on the peak weeks, referring to the weeks prior to the competition, he says that he doesn't run more than 230, 280 kilometers per week. And in one training, he would not run more than 50 kilometers. So he would not run more than 50 kilometers in one go. He says that he likes the long distance training, but he still says that he works. He also does a lot of different other exercises. So, for example, he mentioned that he 2 hours a week does a fast running training. He also uses a lot of gym weightlifting exercises. And he summarizes that he would train, meaning referring to both running and gym and whatnot, not more around 20 to 24 hours a week. In regards to more specific training, he cannot say exactly because he changes the way he trains every year, every season. So he actually does not know now how, for example, he would train for the next season because he might change it.
Wow. He really trains like he feels what his body needs to improve. It seems like this. Yeah, and I think I have the question, already the answer of the question, but what's the next goal? Another world records on the 24 hours or the 100 miles? So what is the next goal in your mind, Aleksandr?
Я считаю, что основные мои соревнования пока что будут 24 часа. Впоследствии, я еще не готов, но впоследствии может быть 48. Вот, основное будет 24. Посмотрим, как там дальше будет на следующий год, я не знаю. Мои основные будут соревнования, наверное, чемпионат Европы осенью, а весной я что-то хочу выбрать, какие-то соревнования. Максим?
Well, he says he's still focused on 24 hours. Maybe he will try 48 hours at some point, but still his main focus is on 24 hours. Next year he will attempt to his main competition will be a European Championship in the fall, and he will choose he will choose another competition for the spring, but he doesn't have any exact competition yet.
In his mind, okay, he has not a really competition in his mind, but it's clear that he really wants to specialize in the 24 hours, which is obviously no doubt about it. His best performance. It's when you can beat 24 years old world records, you're really good in this item. Then I could ask 100 more questions, but we are reaching a little bit out of time. But I have one really important question. Aleksandr, do you have any ambition to win the 24 hours of Marathon and More of our organization in Belgium? And when you say yes, I'm sure I can arrange something with our president, with Yuri, to give you a golden ticket.
Да, вы мне скиньте, пожалуйста, ссылку, я посмотрю, постараюсь. Я еще даже не знаю, что я весной хочу держать. Может быть, это будет чемпионат в Бельгии. Да.
Yes, so he says that definitely send him all the information for the competition. He still does not know exactly what he wants, but he might consider it. So definitely send him all the information that you have.
Okay, very good. Nice to hear. I can arrange everything for you, even the hotel or my place. We arrange something. Very nice to hear. So I really want to thank both of you guys, Aleksandr and Maxime. Maxime, thank you very much for translation. And Aleksandr, really thank you very much for the story. We are really glad you could make some time for us. Really appreciate it, and I think it's something our how do I call it? It's a focus for the people who will see the video. We are all really impressed, and we all talked a lot about it. So big felicitations from here in Belgium, and yeah, maybe we'll meet the 24 hours of Marathon and More.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, everyone.
Okay, yeah. See you guys. See you later.
Thank you.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Thank you very much. Bye.